the next person we're going to hear from is in public accounting. So I think it's always something of interest. We promote the CMA through the Institute of Management Accountants, but there are two options that you can do, and that is to either go in public accounting or go into industry. So we always feel it's important to address that. So Buddy Newton is going to join us. He's currently a supervising tax senior with Stockman, Kast, Ryan and Company. Buddy has been in public accounting since 2008 and specializes in serving auto dealers and construction clients. He has a BS in accounting from UCCS. He's a member of the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants. Volunteers to be a reserve deputy for the El Paso County Sheriff's Department. So with that, I'll turn it over to Buddy.
Good evening, everybody. It's a great opportunity to come and speak to you guys tonight. I just want to give you a little background about my personal career first. So I participated in the 60-60 program at Pikes Peak Community College. So I did my first 60 credit hours at Pikes Peak Community College, and I transferred here to UCCS, and I know there's some students out there that did the same program. I think it was a great opportunity to get all my lower level courses done there and then transfer up here and focus on what I wanted to do with my career. So I graduated from here in 2008, and then I started looking for a job. It wasn't the best time to start looking for a job that was right at the downturn of the economy, but I was lucky enough to get a full-time offer at Stockman, Kast, Ryan and Company right out of college. And I would recommend, though, we offer internships, and I think it's a great opportunity for anybody out there that's thinking about going into public accounting or starting a career to look for those internships ahead of time and kind of think about what you're going to do as you graduate. And then I want to touch a little bit of my personal progression. So CPA firms have several levels of the hierarchy of where you start. So obviously you start as a tax consultant. And then after about 2 years, I was promoted to tax senior. And then I began to study and get my CPA exam under my belt. I passed that, and then I was promoted to supervising tax senior about 2 years ago. And the next level would be manager, and then we actually have a senior manager level at our firm. And then after that, it would be partner. So that's kind of the levels that you'll see across all the accounting firms, and that's kind of how we're leveled out at Stockman, Kast, Ryan and Company. As far as classes to take, obviously if you're going to public accounting, it's good to have the tax class, the corporate and individual classes under your belt. Also audit classes would be helpful. I would say the biggest thing that I saw from transferring from school to the actual workforce was having a good understanding of the theory and understanding your debits and credits versus applying it. Obviously you apply it for the exam, but when you apply it in the real world, it's a totally different story. So just really having a good base knowledge of that theory is really important. Another good thing would be a QuickBooks class. I'd recommend if, I don't know if UCCS offers one, but just getting into some type of accounting software and getting a feel for it and just really understanding your debits and credits. It's not only important in public accounting, but I think in just any accounting career, it's really good to have that base knowledge. And the final class I think that would be very important would be a speaking class. I think with the way that cell phones have advanced and all technology in general, the younger population have really lost touch with personal communication. So we see this a lot in our office. We have day-to-day contact with clients on the phone, email, and it's hard to get the younger generation to understand the importance of personal communication and not writing an email back with LOL in it and using complete sentences. So from that aspect, it's very important to understand the personal communication aspect. As far as industry changes, obviously one big thing for Colorado is the 150-hour requirement. So Colorado just recently came on board with that. So a lot of kids now are looking to not only get their bachelor's degree, but go ahead and either get an MBA or a master's in accountancy, which I think UCCS is going to offer. So one thing that our firm is realized is that we don't expect you to get your master's degree right after you get your bachelor's. We plan on hiring kids if they get their bachelor's and then come work for us and then get the rest of their hours and then get the CPA exam. So I think that's one thing that a lot of public accounting firms are going to have to realize and work towards. The image of accountants is better. So obviously the past 5 or 10 years, accountants haven't been in the best spotlight, but it's gotten a lot better. And we've actually expect a 16% growth going into 2016. So I think the industry is going to see some big growth, and I also think it's going to be a lot more competitive. So I think that would be something to also think about. And then again, it's beyond the technical skills. So interpersonal skills such as aptitude and attitude are very important. Accountants don't just deal in the numbers every day. You work with a lot of other individuals in the firm. You're working with clients. We want people that are going to be, happy in their lives and are willing to go out there and be grateful. So, as far as public accounting, what we look for in a great candidate, I would say GPA is important, obviously, but it's not something that our firm or I think other firms really focus on to the degree that would get you hired over somebody else. I think the more important things are being able to balance your lives with other things. One of the things we look at is that people can take on, are they working while they're going to school? Are they volunteering? Those things are very important on top of the GPA. So if you can balance your life, you can also balance your workload. So those are very important. Professionalism, specifically dressing the part. If you come to an interview, obviously you should be dressed in a suit. As you can see today, I'm dressed in jeans and a sport coat. We actually had a Dress for Success event tonight. And a lot of accounting firms, our accounting firm actually has a Jeans Friday now. So I think with the way the world's changing, things are progressing, and but you can still dress, you can still dress the part even casually. Some other things that we look for in a candidate is drive and initiative, challenging the status quo. We don't want someone that's just going to sit back and listen to what the manager says. We want someone that's going to come in there and look at something and be like, hey, I think we need to look into this a little bit more. I think we should research this. So we want someone that's going to kind of push the issue and drive forward. And again, the soft skills are key, specifically communication and management skills. Managing is important, specifically managing yourself. So in our career field, we have managers and partners, but we don't have someone technically looking at our what we're doing on a day-to-day basis. So we're managing our own workload. That's one of the great things about public accounting is the flexibility. So we have core hours of 9 to 4, but it's pretty much come and go as you please as long as you're getting your work done. So it's great for people who have busy lives, and it's very, very flexible. And then the last point I want to touch on was how to gain experience prior to graduating. So again, I just go back to my point that internships are very, very good to try and get one. Obviously, I got lucky and I didn't do one, but if I was to go back, I would try and get one. And then right now, our firm is actually recruiting from Kansas State and Kansas University. So I would say as you're going out into the workforce, maybe think about, not just looking locally, but also maybe outside of the Colorado Springs area, which we love to keep all of you guys here, but it's always good to keep those ideas focused on. And then just focus on the CPA exam. I think that's one of the things that a lot of young people coming into public accounting get lost on. They come in and they get so focused on the career and learning the processes in a public accounting firm that they forget about the importance of the CPA exam. So getting that done as early as you can is a great idea. So thank you.